providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Northwest Florida is asking men to step up. So many boys are in need of a positive role model. If you can spend a little time each month doing something simple like tossing a football or grabbing lunch, you can change a life. Call 850-433-KIDS or visit BeTheBig.org to become a Big Brother today.
Get ready to connect. ESPN Northwest Florida is thrilled to introduce the newest rock stars to the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce.
Welcome to the Beach Chamber. Food Truck Festivals of America. Global educational concepts. Heartthrob Vending. Holloway Roofing Unlimited. Legendary Marine and Legendary Marine Used Boat Supercenter.
We're here to champion your success and connect you with this amazing community.
Congratulations from ESPN Northwest Florida.
And the Panama City Beach Chamber of Commerce, reaching Bay County and beyond.
Powered by Panama City Toyota. WGSX Lynn Haven, WTOT, W271DM Mariana, WVLQ Port St. John.
ESPN Northwest
Rise
Florida.
and shine, Hammers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub, I'm full of water. I stay hot tub, hot tub.
Andy!
I'm gonna make it wet.
Andy!
Somebody just turned Glenn's hearing aid up to 10.
Andy!
Second hot tub.
Where are you?
Second hot tub.
Glenn didn't bring any.
Leave it wet. Where?
I know it. Can't mention the name. I didn't see any Glenn. I didn't see any Glenn. I was waiting. I was hoping, but I didn't need them anyway. Welcome to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Wildcat, how you doing, Big Betty?
I'm all beat up and sore and bleeding, and my hands are cut up. I got Band-Aids all over me, but my radiator's fixed.
Yeah, you did a good job with that. I was impressed, man.
Looks like he's been in a ninja knife fight.
Oh, my God. I got blood all over the front of my
last
truck.
payment, he paid it off, and then it falls apart, man.
Amazing how they time that out.
Yeah. All right, Brian's with us. Glenn, hey, congratulations, Brian. Mississippi State beats Arizona State.
No, the 2-0.
Yeah,
Get ready to be 3-0.
The undefeated. and I appreciate that. I played pretty well, I thought.
You did. I thought you did an excellent job. I was
Coming in
impressed.
there at the end. That's great.
And Glenn, you look mighty fine as always. Always got some nice clothes on. I keep hitting to get me some, but he ain't taking a hint.
Well,
he hasn't brought us anything in a long time.
He's gotten stingy.
Y'all gotten all
How
over.
dare he not bring us stuff for free?
He gets this dang big honor named after him, and all of a sudden he didn't bring us anything.
Big granite rock with a brass or
I heard he had some big rocks.
You guys, let me tell you what. How am I supposed to give you stuff when you sued me twice? I don't understand.
It better be 3 times. You don't give some damn donuts.
You owe. That's why you owe.
Look at it this way. Hale got you something and had it delivered.
Yeah, he did.
Sure did.
I wasn't sure he wanted to deliver.
I had to split it with him. We can't talk about that.
He's like, what's that horse standing behind you?
I know, but he goes, I'm not coming out of the truck.
In honor of Wildcat, I did this. I just wanted to see what was going on because I thought they had played better. I thought they'd let one get away from them. I thought Ole Miss was just more talented, better football team, but I liked the effort they give. So in honor of you, I'm doing this. Kentucky up, Kentucky. Head coach Mark Stoops is 3-15 in his last 18 against against Power 5 opponents.
Yeah.
He's 20-53 overall against teams who have finished with a winning record. He is now on the hot seat. Kentucky is the only SEC team since 2013 that has not had a quarterback pass for 3,000 yards in the season or 30 touchdowns. I just wanted to brighten your day. Just something about Kentucky that might make you feel better.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thank you and goodbye.
But the question to you is this.
So look at the long past.
He's been there for a while now, but that's one of my questions.
Yeah.
They say he's definitely on the hot seat now. They're getting fed up with it.
No, don't.
Are they going to fire him or not?
No, we are very...
Save your money for basketball?
Well, that'd be a good idea to get like that. But we are very loyal to our coaches. And we stand by them, right or wrong, because we know.
No, like Florida fans.
No, that's true. Just look at Bill Curry. 10-2 at Alabama, brick through his window. 0-11 at Kentucky. Yeah, we'll see you next year.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's the American way.
That's right.
But seriously, though, look at Florida. Napier, I kept saying this all week, said Napier got a letter from, thank you card from DeBoer and the Alabama staff. But first week was Alabama. Everybody's going freaking nuts over Alabama. Going to fire him, going to get rid of him. Hey, I was leading the charge. And then the next week is Billy Napier.
I was going to say, do you think DeBoer sent Billy Napier a thank you card?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So, who is it this week? Is it going to be Kelly? If Florida beats them, will they all turn on Kelly?
Could be Miami.
Will it be Kirby if they lose to Georgia? I mean, lose to Tennessee.
Could be Cristobal if they lose.
That's right. They got South Florida.
That's right.
Speaking of that, Florida has 7 big-time college football programs. Combined record, it's unbelievable right now. Right now, they're all 11 wins and only 3 losses to start 2025. That's pretty good now.
It is.
Remember, FIU, Florida, all of them are pretty bad. Central Florida. Congratulations, 11-3, and Florida's one of the losses. I can't remember who the other ones are.
Well, FIU lost at Penn State.
That's right.
And
You're
then,
right.
I don't know who the other one would be.
Atlantic, I don't know where they played.
Did Central Florida lose a game yet? Maybe it was them.
I don't know. I hadn't heard anything about them.
Chad Mitchell probably upset about that. Chad will be upset about that. So I hope it is them. Yeah, it was them. Anyway, Glenn, you got anything locally going on?
I do. Listen, I'm going to start with volleyball. On Monday, it was Bay 3, Arnold 1, and Lumpstown 3, Alpha 0, J 3, Walton 0, and Cottondale 3, and it was Rocky Bayou 2. Now, yesterday or last night, North Bay Haven 3, Liberty County 1, Chipley 3, Arnold 0, Bay High 3, Bozeman 0, and Mosley beat South Walton 3-1. So that was volleyball yesterday, and we had I was checking on golf, and I didn't see but one score, but it didn't have the other school. They had Arnold score in there, but I did not see who they played. Maybe they had to against themselves. I don't know. It was kind of not complete. So anyway, but starting on Friday now, Bay will host Escambia. Arnold will be at South Walton. Mosley will be at Navarre. North Bay Haven will be at Gracefield. That could be their number 1 win there. Rutherford Rams are at Holmes County. Bozeman's at Mariana. Port St. Joe is at Bluntstown. And Liberty County's at Franklin County. FAMU's at Sneads. Walton's at West Florida. Cottondale's at Freeport. And Weewa is open for that's this Friday. So that's who's playing this week. So get out and support your team. Mm-hmm. And, everything's going good. So
Holmes County, they could be 3-0 so easy. One play in each game. Play in each game.
I was going to say, I'm going to make a prediction. Rutherford wins by 1.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a great Holmes County game this year.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. It's a good team.
Well,
it is.
Maybe they ought to have the rodeo a little earlier so that they can.
Do they play? I can't remember. We talked to Coach Floyd. I think Floyd has to go there.
Yeah.
That's tough to go there now.
It is.
But I think Rutherford's got a little bit more team speed than they have. I could be completely wrong.
Holmes County's had a good D. I mean, I think they gave up 19 one game, but the other 2 games they gave up single digits and still lost both.
They could be very easily 3-0. I feel so bad for the kids.
I feel Port St. Joe go and play the NFL Bluntstown Tigers. So NIL is live and well.
Is that going to be at Port St. Joe?
It's at Bluntstown.
Oh Lord,
big game too. Always is.
So we'll see.
Yeah, they've got a team now. I'm telling you, they got the running back from Mariana that was unbelievable. Big time. They got college players
everywhere
from everywhere came into there.
Yep. So they could be the new IMG. We're not sure.
They're doing a great job, whatever it is.
Yeah. Congratulations to them.
Yeah, It was, 50-something to nothing at halftime at Bozeman?
Yeah, it was.
Jim was there. Jim went to the game.
So Conrad was there too. So
they're the
he
real
has a
deal.
Grandson in the band. So he.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah,
cool.
In the Bozeman band.
Yeah, my brother was a pilot in Vietnam, helicopters in Desert Storm. He's flying planes, and every time we go out to eat, we go to a movie. He's got to have his back to the wall. He always, even if you're not supposed to have him in there, wherever he's at, he does, kind of like you. He's always got a gun on him. And watching that video, that poor girl get stabbed. But really, Glenn, it didn't matter if she would have had a gun or not because the guy was behind her. And there was really nothing. If I'd been sitting in front of him and I had the headsets on, there's no, how you can't defend yourself.
I don't know how he determined that's what he wanted to do. He was all of a sudden sitting there, and then all of a sudden he just made a move. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody said that he said, I killed that white girl or something like that.
Oh, my gosh.
But, I have a history of mental illness, but, I mean, look, if you do something
Glenn's got that history,
if
too.
you do something like that, that's a given. That's not an excuse.
Yeah.
Maybe a reason it's not an excuse.
Yeah.
And you still got to, treat them the same way in the criminal justice system.
Explain something
You got to remove them as a threat.
We got any lawyers out there? I thought Second Amendment, you can carry a weapon. But then they told me in certain states you can't.
Yeah.
Certain states you cannot carry a weapon. Mm-hmm. But in that case, it really, like I said, if you're not, I advise all of you out there, this is a crazy world. Try to sit with your back to the wall if you can. And have the plugs out of your ears. Pay attention what's going on at all times.
I think in certain states, what you're confusing that is you can't conceal the weapon if you carry it.
No, I mean,
I don't know. I think they're blue states. I don't know.
They're able to make certain things in public domain, and a lot of that has to do with maybe in your private residence, things like that. When it comes to stand your ground or whatever, every state's got different statutes, and all of them are able to be challenged up to the Supreme Court. A lot of them don't get that far.
Because of the Second Amendment?
Yeah, and to be fair, a lot of the Second Amendment's very clear, but there are portions of it in terms of application to today that are vague enough that they can be argued either way by lawyers, and that's where the trouble always starts.
Well, you're in New York, and somebody they pull a knife or they're going to kill you. They kill the guy beside and they're coming after you. If you had a gun, would you worry about, damn, if I shoot him, I might get in trouble? I don't think I'd worry.
No, but it's not a good, pointing a weapon at somebody is not a good feeling. I mean, after it's all over, then you realize what's happened. But if they're trying to attack you, it's kind of self-defense. But
yeah, the biggest problem with so many people commenting on all that stuff like that is their entire understanding of self-defense and weaponry and everything like that is what they've seen in the movies.
Right.
You hear that junk about, well, couldn't you shot him in the knee? It's like, that's not how you train to do things.
Yeah.
And that usually doesn't stop a crazy person.
That's 100% right.
Right. And I feel so bad for that young lady. She didn't want her body flown back to Ukraine. Was it Ukraine?
Yeah, she was a refugee.
Yeah, her parents said no. She loved America. She wanted to stay here.
Yeah. Such a shame.
Yeah. Anyway, just be careful. This is a crazy world. I tell you another thing. We were we stopped one time. No, I take it back. I wasn't with them. It was Julie and Jamie. They stopped at a rest stop, and they said, I'm telling you, something was not right. When you ever get a gut feeling, it's right. You always pay attention to that. But I won't say what kind of people, but they felt like they're getting ready to get kidnapped. And they waited. They got in the bathroom, waited a while, and the other people were about out there. That's when they came out. So you got to be really careful at some of these rest stops, too. When you go to
awareness.
Yeah, when you go there and you see all those pictures, those kids have been kidnapped and stuff like that, it gets your attention.
Say you're walking through Walmart shopping and you happen to be a young lady or just any lady, and there's somebody that keeps showing up going down the aisle, either behind you or around you, and they're not carrying a bag or anything, and they seem to be talking on their phone. You better make sure
when you go out.
Somebody's.
And with Christmas shopping coming up, these women that walk around with, bags on one arm and their purse on the other arm, and they're talking on their phone, and they're fobbling around for their keys and stuff like that. It is a very, very dangerous time of year as we approach the holidays when, the crooks know you got a lot of money because you're out shopping, Christmas shopping or whatever. And so you got to be careful. Keep one eye open.
Keep your eye, and I'm telling you, go get you a gun permit. I don't even think you have to have one, but you go take that gun
Learn
class.
how to shoot. The hell with a permit.
Just
learn how to shoot properly.
That can get you in trouble just having one if you don't know how to operate it.
You got to have a weapon on you.
Thing is, and that's our sports update for the.
Yeah. You got to have a weapon.
Well, it's about competitional shooting.
Shooting, could be skeet shooting, yeah. But no, I tell you what, though, get out there and support your high schools because. You know, they need
take a weapon to a game. You get a bad call.
No, don't do that.
You get a bad call, you can handle it.
No,
my bad.
Where's that dump button there, Wildcat?
My bad. Just kidding. I get in trouble. That's just
right.
kidding.
Carry
just
one
kidding.
on
It's a
a
joke.
campus. Oh no,
it was a joke.
Alabama games.
It's a joke.
So yes, Mississippi State is 2-0. And on the season, so let's get back to that.
The undefeated, the undefeated.
What did you hear the officiating at the Rutherford game and Shipley? I heard everybody's talking about it. I mean, it's like, wow, it couldn't be that bad.
I don't know.
Lord, he's on the phone.
I didn't see the video. Usually, I see the huddled film. I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, they said it was really, really bad. But you know what? Stay off the officials, man. They do the absolute best they possibly can.
I tell you, here's the thing too. A lot of the officials are getting older, and after a while, when you do it 20 or 30 years, it's time to step down. And there's not any young ones coming along to be trained.
That's the problem.
Why would they want to?
Well,
crap
I know
they deal with.
Yeah.
Some idiot might say something negative about the officials.
Yeah.
We got to take a break. Quit talking. Let's go. You may do a commercial or what? You're being rude there.
Be quick.
Be quick. He told you.
Wow.
Who's
that's the only way I am. That's the only way I am. All right, let's talk about it right now. We got so many. Today is Wednesday. What does that mean?
How many
it's
we have
special,
left.
baby.
World
Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. I love Pat Pernod, but today, 10 wings inside for $9.99. You're in Lynn Haven. You got to get up Beef O'Brady's. And I'm going to tell you what, football going on, NFL games on Thursdays, Sundays, Monday nights. You got to get there for that. And, of course, college football games. That's the place over there to watch games. And if you want to have a big party, everybody does it. Go get the wings from Pat, take them home, have a great time. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven. Now, the other big special on Panama City Beach, the legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Today is the world-famous J. Michael's Spaghetti. Only on Wednesday, lunch and dinner only. It's unbelievable. It'll be packed out for lunch. It'll be packed out tonight for dinner. People love it. If you never had it, you've got to go try. It's the best you've ever had. Special sauce, the legendary J. Michael's. And we're talking about Christmas. You're talking about gifts and stuff like that. Get down to see Russ and Amber, man. They are incredible. David Adams Jewelry.
It's easy as cruising on out to 830 Highway 77. David Adamson Designer Jewelry. They have a new selection all set up and ready to go. David Adamson Designer Jewelry in Lynn Haven.
Easy like Sunday morning. And also, 1 in 5 develops skin cancer. It can be deadly. It's 7:30. You're going to listen to a legend. The legendary Dr. Ward. The guy is incredible. Were you with me at J. Michael's and that guy was talking about Dr. Ward?
No.
Okay. Brian was there, yeah. He's got some big fans out there.
He's making friends all over town.
People love him all over the panhandle.
It's a good thing he knows how to use a laser.
We'll be right back. Coach Brown, where are you? Bay High School state championship coach. In just a second, because Jeremy Brown. Bay, man, on a roll. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. Here's John Harbaugh, the Ravens head coach.
Very disappointing. We're just going to have to regroup. We're disappointed, but we'll be fine.
Yeah, you don't want to overreact. But then there are certain situations where you might be overreacting today. If you're a Dolphins fan, you're overreacting today.
It's the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the northeast at 11 miles per hour and temps near 88. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 89 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 88. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Is your restaurant looking a little tired from the long off season? Is your office a little offish? Start the new year off right by giving them a fresh start. Fresh Start Cleaning is now accepting new clients. Ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services. Fresh Start Cleaning. Get clean again with Fresh Start. Call 850-771-6917, 771-6917, and ask about their complimentary hood cleaning services.
Time to let the big dogs eat.
How about that answer by Georgia? To the end zone, touchdown, Georgia!
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey! Hey!
Hey! Bum, 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 bum. And we're back live, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Where else can you get a state championship football coach? Nowhere but right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. There's not many of them out there. But this man has done it wherever he's been. He's built a powerhouse. And it seems like he's done it again. It just seems like it's Bay's year, man. They haven't really not had a close game yet. Well, I'd say Rutherford was kind of close. Not Rutherford, but Mosley was kind of close. But
yeah, it could have.
I thought it was going to be a lot closer.
We had some opportunities that kind of went by.
That offense could be explosive, and let's bring him on. We got him. Let's bring him on right now. Coach Jeremy Brown, state championship, Bay High School, former Mosley football coach. Coach, how are you doing this morning?
I'm good, guys. How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
We know how good you guys are. We've seen it firsthand. Passing, running, defense, coaching, kicking game, everything's gone really well. Escambia, now I don't know what they've been lately. I know back in the day they were a power. Give us a little rundown before we get into Bay. Give us a little rundown, a scout report in Escambia, because they usually got athletes across the board. Is it still the same old Escambia powerhouse?
Yes, sir. They're very similar to us. You know what I mean? They've got, the same type of kids. And, like you said, very athletic across the board. Big up front on offense and defense. Very well coached. Coach Bennett and those guys, man, they do a great job. And they're, the one thing about Escambia over the years is they always play hard. I mean, their kids come out and they compete. And, we've got another challenge. You know what I mean? We obviously are playing up in classification and playing teams that we feel like can challenge us and really help us get better to get us ready for the end of the year with our two district games. And so we had 2 good days of practice so far this week. Hopefully we put a third one together today.
Coach, what do they do? I mean, he's coached forever. It seems like he's like a Manley. You can't get rid of him. But what does he do offensively? What do they do on defense?
Yeah, offense, they're more spread. They're probably running it a little bit more this year. They've got a good running back, man, that can really, that's explosive and runs the ball really well inside the tackles. So they're running it a little bit more than they have in the past, but they're still screening you to death and throwing the quick game, getting the ball to their athletes out in space, and then defensively they're an odd front. They run like a hybrid 5-2, kind of like the same thing that Mosley runs. And so it poses some problems in the run game. And then, they get those 2 edge guys. And if you're not careful, they'll sneak one of those guys off the edge on a pass play if you're not good in your protection. And they'll cause the quarterback to fumble, which they've done a couple times this year.
Do they play the corners off? I think they used to play them off 6-7 yards, or they put them closer to the ball now, have you noticed?
Yeah, I think it depends on the team and kind of what the offensive scheme is. We've seen some film where they've been press man. We've seen some film when they've been kind of what we call catch man, where they play you all 7 or 8 yards. You just catch what comes to them, kind of deal. So I think it just depends on the personnel that they're playing against that night.
Do you let your quarterback? I mean, anytime we win, that's the first thing I look at is the corners. Especially when Jared was a quarterback, we threw the ball a lot. I always looked at corners. They played way off. We're just going to throw a little spot pass out there or a hitch until they stop it. Do you give your quarterback the freedom to change the play if they see something like that, or do you just want them to stick with what you got?
No, we give them both that. We give John and Zay, both that freedom to just take what the defense gives you. Even if it's even if we've got a pass play called and there's just something glaring that's there in the run game, we give them the freedom to check us into the right play. We try to give them 2 or 3 run plays every week that are good against any front and any coverage in case they in case they walk out there and they're just like, man, this pass play's not there. I don't like it. I don't got a feel for it. We can get them to check to a run and vice versa in the pass.
All right, let's get into Bay High School. Give us the names of the guys who have been playing really well for you. Give us a little health update also, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, for sure. Health-wise, we're obviously with Ken with the blood clot situation, he's out. But other than that, we're 100%. We're healthy as we could be. Going into week 4, we won't have anybody out, so we're excited about that. When you start talking about guys that have been playing well, I mean, this group doesn't ever get, they never get any attention in the media or anything like that, and that's across the board. That's from Little League all the way up to the NFL. But we feel like our offensive line has been playing really well. They've done a great job protecting the quarterback. They're playing physical in the run game, and that group, Charles Grubb, Nick Pereira, Camden Hurt, Big Jake Williams, and J.J. Brown, that group has been playing. We feel like that group's been playing really well, and that's allowed Say and MJ and TJ, and then our receivers, Lamari and Noah and JT and DJ. It's allowed us to get those guys the ball because we've been solid in the running game and solid in pass protection.
Glenn?
Yeah, Coach, I thought, the Mosley game, that's when Noah Clement really came out, but he has made some fantastic catches. And then I saw some of the video from North Haven, so he's kind of stood out a little bit more than I expected him to.
Yeah, I think he was kind of flying under the radar. And I think after the Mosley game, everybody's kind of, he's garnishing a little bit more attention, and which is good, and it's a blessing and a curse. You know what I mean? We were hoping the teams would keep playing off coverage and not paying much attention to him because we knew he can make plays, but now they'll. The good thing now is that they're going to have to pay attention to him, which is going to keep them from possibly being able to roll coverage and bracketing JT or DJ or Amari. It's very. Right. I think it's very rare in high school to have 4 or 5. We say 5 with John because he's been playing some receiver and he had some really big catches against against Arnold and Mosley and the other night at North Bay. Like, it's very rare to have 5 receivers that can all make plays. You know what I mean? Usually in high school you got 1 or 2. And then the other 2 or 3, you're hoping nobody else figures out they're not very good. We feel like we got 5 that are pretty good.
Talk about your secondary. I think they've been playing lights out.
Yeah, the back half of the defense, man, has been really good. Daryl Andrews has done a good job. Back there in the middle of the defense, he's leading our team in interceptions. He's having a really good junior year. Decatur Bell didn't play last year, came back out this year, started every game for us at corner as a sophomore, and then didn't play last year but came back out, and getting him back has been huge. And then over the other corner with DJ and Zane Yeomans, we've been kind of at the other corner, kind of corner by committee, and has been doing a great job. Zay Footman's doing a great job. But I tell you, the guy on defense, man, that's really the one that's made some huge strides going into his junior year is Caden Brown. He's kind of our general over there on defense. Him and Bryce Hughes are the 2 guys they're making sure we're getting lined up right. We're in the right front. We're in the right coverage. Kind of having those extra 2 coaches on the field that finally understand the scheme like we understand the scheme is really you talked about on offense, making, the quarterback, making sure we're in the right play. We're giving those guys the freedom. We call it defensive front, but if they come out of something that we haven't seen, we give them the freedom to check us into the right front, and those two guys are doing a great job of that.
Oh, good.
Coach, what time y'all heading? Now the game's over in Scambia?
No, it's
Oh, it's here?
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Here,
I thought
yes,
it was
that's
over
Tommy
there.
Oliver.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's Friday or Thursday?
Friday.
Friday night. Good.
Friday at
good.
7, yes, sir.
That's a big plus. Glenn mentioned that.
You going to ask
Glenn
him what
mentioned that
sport
this
they're
morning.
playing too?
Glenn mentioned that this morning. I just don't listen to when he talks. Anyway. Hey, good luck to you, buddy. Appreciate you coming on, and go get you another win.
All right, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's talk about some of the wonderful people we got. The legendary J. Michael's restaurant today, that world-famous J. Michael's spaghetti, and I talked about it already, Lynn Haven. Get out there today and a day only, 10 wings inside for $9.99. Oh, my God. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Coley-Lesky can make that happen for you. Newbies, 4 great locations. Glenn's favorites over there in St. Andrews. That blue facility is incredible. Yep. Charlotte's going to have the best entertainment for you at the mothership now. Get out to Newbies 2. Watch all these NFL games, college games, especially this weekend. Saturday night, watch all the games. Head on down to the mothership. Listen to some great entertainment. Everybody will be down there. One of the 4 newbies. Have a great time. Love John. Love Charlotte. Always giving back to the community. Let's make sure we support them. And the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, Dr. Chad Mitchell. 26 years on Bay County sidelines. Unbelievable. One of the first doctors trained in robotic surgery. People come from all around just to have Chad to operate on him. The guy is that good. He is a legend. Listen to this legend every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Another great legend, I'm not shutting up, another great legend is Stevenson Air Conditioning. Jason does an incredible job. Locals taking care of locals. They're there for you anytime, day or night, throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Stevenson Air Conditioning.
Do another one.
Never lose.
Do another one.
We'll be right back.
Do another one.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back, Dr. Ward. Where are you? Help.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. The Coach James Hale Show.
Coach, how long has it been since Kentucky had a better record than Alabama?
I think somebody told you to say that.
And everybody keeps talking, oh, he's Mac Jones, he's a pocket passer and all that other bullshit.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9 on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
When you bring your vehicle to Panama City Toyota for repairs or maintenance, you'll get the warmest welcome around.
That's because we see service differently.
It's not only an expert team that can help with everything, from simple adjustments to a new set of tires. It's also a team that values your time, so we make your experience as quick and comfortable as possible. Because we're committed to service that goes beyond. Only at Panama City Toyota.
Tired of boring merch and want your brand to stand out like the big names? Elevate your look with Red 7 Tees. They don't just print shirts, they create bold identities. They are a veteran-owned custom apparel shop providing the kind of detail that turns heads, using high-quality digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
College football isn't life and death. It's much more important than that. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. you don't have a problem at all. Do what Jason Kovaleski did. Call, make an appointment, and go see Dr. Ward. What's going on down the Publix Park?
Well, just a few people in town. 214 adult softball teams, not players, teams, this weekend at Publix Sports Park and Frank Brown Park. And look, that's the World Softball League World Series, but this is going to make your ears perk up right here. 2 food truck festivals at Publix Sports Park this weekend. So get out there and get you some food.
We cannot say enough good things about Richard. Richard is incredible.
And Chris,
look at the
and Patrick,
and Chris and all of them.
Yeah,
but it's a leader. I mean, he has trained everybody up. The guy's incredible. He doesn't need to retire, but I think he's going to. But look at the money they bring into Bay County, like Dr. Ward. I mean, what he does is incredible. Every Wednesday I go to Jay Michaels and people talk about him.
He's got a fan club.
You heard it.
No,
this Wednesday.
Hey, you got that Dr. Ward's address?
that guy acted like he wanted to get a hold of him.
No, I just want to say hello.
Yeah, here's the thing. We gave him 7 locations. You can check it out. 8 locations.
You can't find him. Let's bring him on, the man, the myth, the legend. Dr. Ward, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, man, I'm having a great day. How about you guys?
Oh, it couldn't be better. Hey, what about this baseball stuff that's going on, man? Over there, South Walton. I love Coach over there. That's USA. What's going on with all that?
So Coach Borswick's son, Coleman, was selected to play for Team USA in the 18U World Baseball and Softball Federation Championship. So basically, it's the World Championship of 18U baseball. They're in Okinawa, Japan, and these are the best of the best high school players in America. And Coleman is showing out. Team USA is showing out. Went 5-0 in their pool play against Chinese Taipei, Panama, Australia, Germany, and China. Coleman's got a hot bat, and yesterday against Australia, he pitched 3 perfect innings with 6 strikeouts, and they're just cruising. Huge game for them tomorrow. And actually, if you want to tune in, it's at 4:30 in the morning here tomorrow. But they're playing in the kind of like the first bracket play of the 6 teams that are in contention to win the championship, and they play against Japan, which is the other 5-0 team that won their entire bracket perfect. So it's going to be, and of course, Japan and the USA have the most championships in this baseball world championship. So it's going to be huge. Obviously, Japan is going to be the home team and have the crowd on their side. But tell you, it's really, really exciting to have one of our local players, not just on the team, but being the star of the team.
That's crazy.
USA.
Does his mom, is the mom and dad out there with him?
I'm pretty sure his dad is out there. His mom is principal at South Walton, so I'm not sure if she made it. And the funny thing, Coleman and Nick are big dudes. I had the funniest image of them on that 15-hour flight to Japan, riding coach. I'm sure that was really comfortable.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, speaking of crazy, I'm going to talk about real quick. I knew it was going to be a tough game. I knew that. I watched South Florida beat Boise State. I also had watched them, Nick Saban's last year in South Florida when they should have beaten Alabama. Alabama was fortunate to win that ball game. And after seeing them play other teams, I knew it was going to be a game. This is their Super Bowl. They go into Gainesville, and all the coaches after them in the press box act like nuts. They were running around screaming, acting crazy, like they'd won that $1.8 billion lottery, which I didn't. But that was their game, and they got it done. But what really surprised me the most out of that football game, besides the stupid penalties, some of the play calling, but Lagway's passing, I was shocked. He did not have a good game. There were people open. He couldn't get the ball to him. I was just really disappointed in that. But everybody has a bad game. I get that. But they got to get it corrected quickly. Everybody wants Billy fired. He's 20-20 in 4 years. This is Florida we're talking about. Usually you don't survive stuff like this. Can he survive it? Can they bounce back this week playing LSU, which their quarterback did not have his greatest game either? He was only 26 of 41 for only 230-something yards, only one touchdown, and I think he had one interception. So he was kind of off a little bit too. The whole team was, it seemed like. But what do you think? Saturday night in Baton Rouge, can they straighten the ship out? Can Billy save his job, or do you think it's over, done with?
Yeah, Billy can save his job, unfortunately. I don't want him to save his job because, here's what happened last year. We did not start the season well. We didn't play well at all. In the Tennessee game, we were ahead in that game, and Billy Napier and his horrible play calling and terrible clock management pretty much lost the Tennessee game for us last year as well. And, and we see it coming over and over and over again, and it happened against South Florida. Lagway was not on, but, he did have a tight end, drop a really nice, drop a ball that would have been a touchdown pass that he put right on the money. Unfortunately, Vernell Brown dropped one or let one go between his hands that was on the money. But, it was just one of those nights where enough things went wrong, and I think it shook Lagway's confidence. And then, the biggest thing for me that was disappointing with DJ is there were a couple of plays where he had open receivers he didn't even throw it to them. It's like he didn't have that vision to see it. But going back to the coaching, how in the world, when you've got the ball on your own 40-yard line with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left in the game and the other team only has one timeout, how in the world do you not just run the ball on first down, second down, and third down? Yeah. Because there's absolutely no chance that they get the ball back with, they'd got the ball back with maybe 40 seconds.
Yeah.
And they would have been pinned inside their own, inside the 20, and it's with no timeouts. It's a totally different game if you just call plays smart. And then, Billy Napier thinks he's got some kind of, ability to call offensive plays. No, look, he called horrible. That whole game was called horribly. And it ended up costing us because, we let South Florida stick around. It was very, very frustrating. Do I think we have good enough players if LSU has an off night to make it a game and potentially win? Yes, but am I going to bet on that? Heck no.
Yeah. I'm with you. I saw that. It was first down. But I will say this. I'm going to give him credit for this. The play called, it was there. It was a bad pass. The guy was open.
But see, that's the thing. It doesn't matter if it was open or if it wasn't open. You run the ball there. You play the percentages.
Yeah, I'd have ran the ball. There's no doubt. That way they have one timeout left. South Florida had, I think, one timeout left that time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It surprised me, but it was open. If it was executed properly, we wouldn't be talking about it now. But what about
we took 14 seconds off of the clock on 3 plays, and they didn't even have to use their timeout. There's no excuse.
Yeah,
zero excuse.
The penalties, 2 touchdowns called back. I called Mark. Mark and I were texting during the game. I said, they got to quit letting them hang around. They cannot let them hang around. I think it was about the third quarter I texted him and said that. And then after the game, we both had a lot of stuff to say. But I watched the game, and the best team, Florida was a better team. There's no doubt Florida was a better team. They gave that away. And now you have LSU, Miami, Texas A&M. They had to get that win. I just don't see them winning the next 4 in a row. I just don't see that happening. They could. That would be a miracle, but who knows? All right, Doc, we got to do this. We got to get time to get your pick. Let me tell you something. I got to brag on you. You won last week. I don't think we've ever done this before. 22 games. You got 21 right. That's incredible.
And the only one I missed was Florida.
Unbelievable. Glenn?
Right, I got to give Brian some grief here. Oh, ye of little faith!
Oh,
I was the only one, only one to pick Mississippi State.
I know. But my problem is I'd watched them play the week before. I still have zero faith, but I enjoyed it.
Well, Glenn Manley, Mississippi State. Glenn was 20 of 22. Brian was 18 of 22. I was 19 of 22. Kyle Vandegrift was like Glenn. They were 20 of 22, and Jason Kovaleski. So you three guys did a great job, and Ward knocked out of the ballpark. All right, let's go. South Alabama at Auburn. This is their Super Bowl. Will we see the same thing happen, South Florida versus Florida, or will we see the Auburn Tigers and Hugh Freeze take care of business? Dr. Ward, what's going to happen down there?
I tell you, man, Auburn's been rolling. I'm going to keep Auburn rolling.
Brian?
South's not quite as talented as they've been in past years, so Auburn away. It won't be a blowout, but they'll be in control. Auburn wins.
Glenn, War Eagle?
Yeah, Auburn is
Auburn.
Auburn is.
All right, we're going to do one more. We got to take a break. Eastern Kentucky at Kentucky.
Ooh.
We're talking the weak sisters of the SEC.
I'll take care of this one for you.
Kentucky. Doc, who you got?
Kentucky.
Are you sure?
Thank you, Doc.
Too much talent. Now, Western might be a different story, but Eastern they'll be.
Kentucky?
Not if Calzada starts, but yeah, I'll take Kentucky.
Glenn?
Yeah, Kentucky.
Wildcat, you already told me.
Yeah.
All right. We'll come back and finish. I got to go. Doc, what's the best way to get up with you? Where are you located? 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. It can be deadly. Jason Kovaleski didn't look right, didn't feel right. He went in there, and they took care of him, and hopefully we'll know more later. But, Doc, what's the best way to get up with you?
Just give us a call at 233-3376. You can see us at one of our 8 area convenient locations in Panama City Beach, Port St. Joe, Watersound, Santa Rosa Beach, to Phoenix Springs, Bonifay, or Mariana.
Locals taking care of locals. That's Stevens Bike Shop. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street. He does an unbelievable job. Swim coach at Mosley. They've been in business since 1979. Electrical bikes are taking over the world. Got a huge selection of electrical bikes. They got the old-fashioned kind. Wear a helmet. Right across from Stamps. Go get you a bike. Get you a good one from Steve. Who else we got? Oh, Kyle Vandegrift. I love Kyle. Does an incredible job. Vandy Roofing. Looking for a roof? Where are you going?
I'm going to Vandy.
You're going to Vandy Roofing. It's not even close. I tell you what, though, this is where I'll be. Not at 11 o'clock. I'm either going to go to the Florida LSU game at 6:30 or the 2:30 game. I won't be at the 11 o'clock this day. But you need to be there. That Cajun place, you can't beat this. The wings are huge. They're incredible. They're unbelievable. 50 cents a wing. We got 20. We pay $10. $5 pitchers. You can't beat that. That's at the Cajun place. Jan and Trudy try to give back to the community. We know how difficult it is to get in the locals during the summertime. It's like an hour wait. It's always packed out. And what they're doing on Saturdays, they got a brunch going on. They open up at 10. That way you get in and watch game day, get your favorite seat, watch what's going on. And as soon as the kickoff is on, that's when all the specials kick in. Wait to kickoffs before you order those wings. 50-cent wings, $5 pitchers. Sunday, the North Shore Jazz Band plays from 10 to 12. They got brunch going on. And if you're a Saints fan, wear your Saints jersey. They score a touchdown, go up and say, "Can I please have my free Jell-O shot?" Same thing for LSU, Florida, Saturday night, 6:30. If LSU scores, you got yourself your LSU shirt on. Go get you a free Jell-O shot. That Cajun place on Thomas Drive, 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida. You're mean. Right back.
Turnovers, heroic comebacks.
In for the touchdown.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida delivers the biggest matchups of the week from across the nation. Your college football headquarters on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the northeast at 11 miles per hour and temps near 88. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 89 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 88. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
For exciting college football, the best boiled seafood, and the most game day fun, it's Lone Star Boil House. Watch the games on their huge Jumbotron. Challenge your friends to beer pong, cornhole, and oversized Connect 4 in their new adult lounge. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for incredible wings, the best boiled seafood, and a new breakfast menu. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9. Crush the follow on Facebook to catch huge game day specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. No, you see, you get $150 in bonus bets after your first $5 bet hits.
Did somebody say hit?
Whoa, Ray Lewis? We were just saying if your bet hits.
Huh. You know I love a good form tackle.
We know, Ray. We know.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Billy here.
If you can't take the heat, stay out of the kitchen.
Nick Saban gets kissed by...
Uncompromising sports talk lives here. Now back to the J. Michaels studio. It's the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Dr. Ward's with us. Let's keep going on these picks. Make sure we get them. And remember, if you listen to Dr. Ward, you're doing something pretty smart. He got 21 of 22 last week. All right, Florida Gators. I'm going to come back to that. This will be the last one. Arkansas at Ole Miss. This is going to be a good football game. Arkansas's got it kind of rolling right now. Lane Kiffin goes up to Lexington, gets a big win there. They're 1-0 in the SEC. Doc, how's this play out? Ole Miss offense gets it done. I'm telling you, this could be an upset.
I'm right there with you, man. Arkansas, was picked, I think, to finish last in the SEC, but they've been looking good. Their offense has really been putting points up. Ole Miss kind of let Kentucky, who we all think is bad, hang around. I'm going to go with Ole Miss just because I think they're a little bit better, but it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, Sam Pittman said he loves this ball club, that they're pretty dang good, so we shall watch out for this one. Keep eye on this game Saturday. I forgot what time kickoff this one is. Who you like, Brian?
It's Ole Miss. It'll be close, but it's going to be a shootout. I mean, this has the potential to be like a 41-38 kind of barn burner.
Yeah, it's at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Who you going with?
Ole Miss.
Glenn?
It's at Ole Miss, so I'm going to go with Ole Miss if it's there.
Yeah, I kind of get you. All right, the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
The undefeated Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Go Bulldogs. Needing some of that more cowbell. Everybody got Mississippi State?
Who they playing?
Alcorn.
Yeah, Mississippi State.
Yep.
God, it would be the most Mississippi State thing ever to lose this, but they're going to beat Alcorn State.
Lafayette at Missouri. We got to start giving Missouri some love. Missouri, everybody got Missouri?
Yeah.
All right.
I still don't like them.
Oklahoma, they got to take care of. No, they can't go over there and sleepwalk. Why they're taking this road trip, I have no idea, but they are. They need to win this game to set up the big one next week. Auburn Tigers going there. That's going to be a huge football game. Oklahoma.
Who are they playing?
Who are they playing? I didn't catch it.
Temple. The Owls.
Oh, yeah, Oklahoma.
You mean Siegel Jr.? Let's see. I want to take Oklahoma.
Okay. Yeah, this game will be close till kickoff.
This is another big game. Watch out for this now. Vandy at South Carolina. Who you like, Doc?
Yeah, that one is going to be a barn burner, too. I mean, Vanderbilt's been looking pretty good. South Carolina also playing well. It's at South Carolina. I think I'm going to pick an upset here. I'm going to say Clark Lee and Diego Pavia leave Columbia with a win.
You might be on something.
I've been teetering on this one back and forth because honestly, South Carolina is better on the road usually than they are at home, which is amazing with the support they have. I'm going to take South Carolina in a really tight one here, but I don't feel great about it.
Yeah.
I'm with Doc. I think the Commodores are going to do it.
Andy, I like that quarterback.
The Commodores.
All right, everybody got Texas, UTEP? Everybody got Texas?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's jump into it. Georgia at Tennessee. Georgia's not looked that great offensively. They got people banged up. And Tennessee, you talking about, they've got the hype. Now, they got a lot of confidence over there. I've been reading on their chats and all that kind of stuff. The players feel really good about it. The coaches. Watch out, Georgia, but watch out Kirby Smart also. Who you got, Doc? Does Tennessee get it done at home?
So what my eyes have seen so far is that Tennessee is a really good football team. Georgia is a very dominant historical team, and they've been dominating Tennessee of late. I want to say Tennessee wins this, but Tennessee has a hard time getting those bugaboos off their back. I see them having a not a great day, and Georgia winning. I think Georgia wins by a couple TDs, actually.
Kirby Smart pulls his magic.
Tennessee's got some defenders hurt going into this game.
Both corners are out.
They can't afford that against Georgia. Georgia's going to win pretty comfortably.
Glenn?
Yeah, even though Georgia's starting lineup's a little banged up, the offensive line, but their defense is very strong, so I think they go in there and get it done. I think Georgia does.
Kirby Smart keeps it rolling. All right, Texas A&M at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's already lost one ball game.
You know what? They're 0-1 and ranked 8th in the country.
Yeah, that's Notre Dame. Who do you like, Doc?
I'm going to pick the Golden Domers. I just haven't seen enough from A&M to think that they're going to go into South Bend and win.
Agree. I don't think a running quarterback is what can hurt Notre Dame. I think a guy with a good arm, and Reed doesn't have that.
Glenn?
I'm going to pick the fighting Steve Dubrell's Notre Dame.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, Clemson at Georgia Tech. Watch out for this one. They're at Georgia Tech. I don't know if it's playing on their campus or in Atlanta. The Mercedes. I'm not sure about that. But Georgia Tech, I love their quarterback. Who you liking this one, Doc?
You set it up perfectly for me. I really like Haynes King a lot. I think he's a competitor. He can get it done, especially with it being at home. And Clemson did not look good last week against Troy. I think they're overhyped. I'm gonna pick Georgia Tech to win that game at home.
Ryan?
Both are teams that leave the door open way too often. I'm going to take Clemson. I think Dabo has to get this ship righted, so there might be a little more urgency on his
Brian,
part.
who you got?
His name's Glenn.
My name's Glenn.
Who you got?
I'm going to go with Clemson. I think he's torched them enough over the week that they've seen the light.
South Florida at Miami. Doc, who you like? How much time we got? All right, okay.
I tell you what, man. I was impressed with Alex Golesh and his play calling. I actually wouldn't mind Alex Golesh being the head coach at the University of Florida. Miami, they look good against Notre Dame. That was early. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Notre Dame and that kind of win. I'm going to go with an upset here too. I'm going to say the Bulls keep rolling.
Here's my worry. You beat Boise, okay, you're hype. You beat Florida, now all of a sudden everybody's talking about you got a shot at the playoffs because you got nothing really after this other than the Memphis game. Sometimes you can have too much success and it can go to your head, and a lot of these guys maybe haven't dealt with that enough. So I'm a little worried about their mindset going in here. They might have been reading too many press clippings. I'm going to say Miami takes care of business.
Glenn?
I'm going to pick South Florida because I think Miami's got a little problem on defense and some secondary switches, and I just think right now with South Florida the way they're doing it, I just think they believe it. So I think I'm going to pick South Florida.
All right, Ohio's at Ohio State. I gave everybody Ohio State. Correct. Let's get these done because we're going to come back to the Florida game. All right, Villanova, Penn State. Everybody got Penn State?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, give me a second. PS. We got Oregon, Northwest. Everybody got Oregon?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
And you got Central Michigan. Everybody got Michigan or Central Michigan?
Michigan.
All right, let's get back to the Gators. Brian Kelly, best roster he's ever had. They're at home. He goes, why are they on Billy Napier? That's sad. That's wrong. What is going to happen
He don't want him to leave.
Saturday night in Baton Rouge? Doc, I'm telling you, it won't shock me a bit if Florida wins this ball game. Will not shock me one bit.
I already kind of told you. Look, if Florida wins this game, it's because the LSU offensive line with their hurt center can't keep Florida out of the backfield, and we do get Caleb Banks back, who's supposed to be our biggest disruptor on that D line. So if Florida wins, it's going to be because we win the battle at the line of scrimmage. I don't think that we're going to win because Billy Napier is calling our plays, and I just think that Brian Kelly's a better coach, and they're at home, so I'm going with LSU. But the only chance Florida has is winning the line of scrimmage.
Stop the run. Go ahead.
The irony is LSU has not been all that sharp in their first two games, but their defense is significantly better than I think a lot of people thought coming into this season. That's going to keep this game, really tight. I don't think Florida can jump on them early. And, Baton Rouge at night in a tight game, you got to favor LSU. So I think LSU wins, but it's not a blowout.
Come on, Glenn. Who you got?
Mikey the Tiger.
Man. All right. Key to that game for Florida, Lagway's got to be able to pass the ball a lot better. He's got to be sharper than what he was. I was disappointed in his play. We shall see. All right, Doc, we appreciate it.
By the way, I will be in Baton Rouge, Death Valley, watching the LSU Florida game.
Wave at us so we can see you.
Doc, should I go sit in 100-degree heat, watch Alabama 11 o'clock in the morning, play Wisconsin?
Absolutely. Go support your team.
I got to protect his skin.
God, yeah, that's his excuse.
Yeah, I got to protect his skin. All right, Doc, we'll tell you, have a good, safe trip. Just wear a plain white shirt, nothing with Florida on it. And don't say much to those people. You might get killed.
Thanks for the advice.
Yeah. Hey, y'all stay in New Orleans?
Yeah, we're staying in New Orleans, yep.
Which hotel?
Golly.
Wait, why are you going to put him on blast there? People going to find out.
We're staying at the Ritz.
Okay. You got any? No, never mind. Hey, have a good time, buddy. We love you. Dr. Ward, every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. One in five adults get cancer. It can be deadly. Go get checked out. Also, don't forget about these tiger sharks. Port St. Joe, they love Taco Bell, and Taco Bell loves those tiger sharks. Coach Tanner Jones always in there. Make sure you are too. Port St. Joe. Get the tout to Taco Bell. They're big-time supporters of the Tiger Sharks. Also, we got Callaway. We got 3 great locations on Panama City Beach. Get out to Taco Bell. Have a great time. Also, Turf Pro Pest Control. #1, listen to Patrick every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. You getting bugs in your house? Don't worry about it. Call Patrick, Turf Pro Pest Control. Locals taking care of locals. His beautiful daughter's a cheerleader at Mosley. Great people, great customer, great family, great everything. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Listen up, Southern Miss.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the northeast at 11 miles per hour and temps near 88. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 89 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 88. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Take your next adventure in an award-winning Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Discover the new Kia. We invite you to stop by Bill Bird Kia and test drive the new 2025 Kia. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. The 2025 Kia SUV family has movement that inspires. Drive away today in a new 2025 Kia Soul, Seltos, Sportage, Sorento, or Telluride. Fuel the thrill and command the road in the luxury of a 2025 Kia K5 sedan from Bill Bird Kia. Performance, power, and design built for you. Spark inspiration in the all-electric 2025 EV9. It's a modern masterpiece, fast-charging, rugged, and roomy. Bill Bird Kia is the original home for the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by 2435 East 15th Street, Panama City, or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust. Your local community dealer is Bill Bird Kia.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida. He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Tide Roll. Alabama updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. They are number one. They are local. Locals taking care of locals. Don't go with anybody else. Don't go with some national company. Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. Graduated from Mosley High School, started this company. He knocked out of the ballpark. The most honest, hardworking guy out there. I love seeing that truck in Bay Point all the time. They do a great job. If it breaks down any time day or night, call them. They'll get out there. Keep it serviced now. Don't go a long time without having the air conditioning, heating, coolant service. Get it done right before Christmas or right before winter and also right before summer. The power bill's going through the roof. Call Stevenson Air Conditioning. They can help. I guarantee you they'll do a great job for you. All right, Alabama, they got Wisconsin this week. They looked a lot better last week. 73 points, almost 600 yards of total offense. Defense was muchly improved. We shall see. Wisconsin's defense is improved. They're really physical defensive front. They'll come after you. I think they're a lot better than they were last year. Alabama's 1-1. Wisconsin's is now 2-0. 11 o'clock kickoff on ABC. Last year, Alabama went on the road. Jeremy Pritchard was at the ball game. Really impressed with their people. They treated everybody really well. That jump around was pretty impressive. But Bama put it on 42-10. And if you remember back, the quarterback went out in the first quarter, so that really helped Alabama. They had their backup quarterback the rest of the ball game. They couldn't do much against Bama's defense. Head football coach Lou Finkel, he's not knocked he hadn't done a really great job yet at Wisconsin. I do think he's a great football coach, but he hadn't done it. This is an opportunity not only for him but for Wisconsin to really say that we're back, we're competitive, we're a pretty good football program. If they can go into Tuscaloosa and beat an Alabama football team, it's a very average Alabama football team. DeBoer finding what he's finding out now. He's out west. He goes to Bama. He finds out now when people play Alabama and they win, you see them storm the field. They go crazy. You just don't see it. You just don't beat Bama very often. And if you got an opportunity, you better take advantage of this. His record on the road is really terrible at the University of Alabama. Thank goodness we got Wisconsin at home. Let's see what happens. I think Alabama's defense is their weakness. I do. They got 8 starters back. I've watched 2 ball games. Still not impressed on the defense side of the ball. I think they're going to have a hard time stopping Wisconsin. They've gone back and run the ball. They're doing more power football compared to what they've done in the past. They were trying to get the spread offense at Wisconsin. To me, it's just not a fit up there. You got those huge linemen. You've always had really good run backs at Wisconsin. He's gone back somewhat to that. So I think you will see more of that. The heat could be an issue, could be really helping out Alabama. It's already kind of cool at Wisconsin right now. It's going to be the heat index. It's going to be over 100 during the ball game. I think that helps Bama. 11 o'clock kickoff. Do the fans show up? Is it packed out? Who knows? I'm not sure yet. That would be an advantage. And Fickle talked about that. He talked about going into Bryant-Denny. He talked about the stadium. When we're going to SEC country, we're going to go play with one of the biggest names, if not the biggest name in college football. This is what our kids love for. This is the reason they come to Wisconsin, come play in a game like this. We got to take care of this opportunity, go out there and play and perform. But they have been piping in music at practice. They've done everything to get the kids used to this huge, loud crowd. Will it be loud and crazy? I don't know. I've been to Bama before when it's been quiet. If they play well, maybe it will. They need to get jacked up and give Alabama every opportunity to win this ball game. His record at Wisconsin only 15-13. He knows this is a great opportunity, not just for his team, but for him. He wins this ball game. I think he makes a lot of people happy back home. He needs to start winning there big. They hired him to win big. He hadn't done it yet. This is a huge game for him. This is a huge game for Wisconsin. And you can read what he's saying up there in their papers. They feel pretty confident that they can go in and compete against Alabama. You watch the tape against FSU. You go back and watch the other tapes at the end of the year against Michigan, another team they play most of the time. You feel pretty confident. You feel like you can go into Tuscaloosa and win this football game. I think it's going to be a very competitive football game. If I'm an Alabama fan, do not touch that. I think it's down to 19 now. It was at one time 21. Do not touch the point spread. I'll just be happy if we win the football game. Running back Miller, will he be back? He dislocated his collarbone last month. They said he can't wait to get back on the football field. He's one of our leaders, a great football player, but he's day to day. We'll know as the week goes on if he'll be playing. Glenn, Brian, if I'm him, you got an open week after this, and you got Georgia. Alabama running backs are pretty good at what they've got now. If it's even a doubt that he can get re-injured, I wouldn't play him this game. Mm-hmm. The SEC games, every game's important to Alabama. I get it. They've got to win this game or they're going to go after him even more. I get that. But that Georgia, beating Georgia will smooth out a lot of stuff.
All right. So,
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say because we're not seeing how he's going through practice and or just in general what he's able to do. So, I mean, come, Friday, if they think that, he's got, 12, 15 snaps in him, I do think it'd be good to start with him and get it going. But now, obviously, if you don't need to, being able to rest him and just get that much healthier is a good thing.
We kind of forget what a big deal is. I really didn't realize it until I was at the Texas game back a couple of years ago when Texas came in there. And I looked up and saw all these Longhorn fans. They spent money on the tickets. And talking to people at the restaurant there at the Bryant Conference Center, they were there they wanted to see the stadium. They wanted to see the campus, the history. They wanted to see Bryant Museum. They said, this is Alabama, man, but we grew up hearing about this stuff. We want to see this. Wisconsin's going to have some people there. They've got money. They're going to have some people there at the game also. They're buying up some tickets. They want to come in and see this stuff. The difference is I don't think they're intimidated at Alabama like they were when Alabama wouldn't play them there. I don't think they fear Alabama. Just listen to coaches, the players, their comments that they're saying to their reporters up there in Wisconsin, and I don't blame them. Watching the film, you watched Florida State kick their butt. They didn't hustle. They didn't play well. Now, the next game they did, but they were playing Monroe. Monroe is not FSU.
No.
So yeah. I think if you think Alabama's going to beat them by 3 touchdowns, I think you're wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I still don't believe in that defense.
To get back to your original question, though, the thing about that is if you put him in there, and it only takes one bad hit, of course, that could happen anytime, but it's still, if you're going to go to which means more, the SEC means a little bit more, I would think, for him, to beat Georgia. Yeah. So I think I would hold him out, but, I'm not coaching. So yeah. I'm like Brian, I don't see what he does every day and how they work in practice. So
2022 recruiting class, one of the best they've had. It was up there. It was either number 1 or number 2. Out of all those players they signed, there's 3 left. 3 left, that's it. You look around the country, you see starting quarterback at Ohio State, Alabama. The best defensive player in the country, Ohio State, Alabama. You go out and watch Michigan's running back, Alabama. I mean, they're all over the country playing.
The linebacker at Florida State, Alabama.
Alabama, yeah. So That's another thing I think people forget. But DeBoer is learning that, man, and he knows this. I say this, but I know he knew it. I think when people play Alabama, I don't care if it's a good Alabama team. That's a big deal. They want to beat Alabama. They'll get their best shot every time Alabama goes on the field.
That just goes down through all the categories, too. But thing is, I don't know if he was really, truly understood how tough it is in the SEC. No disrespect to anybody else, but, even the ones that are in the bottom of the bracket, they're going to beat the crap out of you. And even if they don't win the score, you're going to know you played football game.
Yeah. All right, I think we got a caller. And if it's who I think, we can hang up. Good morning.
Go Blue Trucks. By the way, do you have pronunciation problems? It's Louisiana Monroe, not Monroe. Just like it's not Arnold Jackson.
Listen.
It's Jackson Arnold.
Yeah, every time I drink a Diet Dr. Pepper,
let me just tell you this. Eddie, you came from the north. Don't come down here and tell us how to
talk while we want to talk.
Crap, we call it what we want to. We can call it slew you.
Hey, do you know how to play football? What happened to Oklahoma?
You think that war's over?
Hey, anyway, Coach
We'd have taken a high ground, none of this would have happened.
Hey,
we wouldn't have the problems we got now.
By the way, Coach Man, I'm trying to interrupt Alabama. I want to give Auburn some props for you, by the way, because Casey
We're doing FSU today.
Yeah, an Auburn product, #1 pick of the Tigers, just shut down the Yankees at the Holy Grail, and the Tigers pummeled the Yankees 12-2, and Casey Mize, just a gem, had like 8 strikeouts, only gave up 2 solo shots, one to Cody Bellinger and one to Aaron Judge on that short porch out there. So I'm just saying, I'm calling to give you props for that, to interrupt that, but I'm going to talk about Auburn. For you, Coach Manley, just saying.
I didn't need that.
Here's the deal. I've already got that pride, so, here's the deal, too. I don't even watch the Major League Baseball. I don't watch the NFL, the basketball or the NFL. They get paid too much, and they're not very, what you would say, humble about getting the money, so I don't watch that stuff.
Glenn said when they kneel, he leaves.
Actually, the Tigers have one of the lowest payrolls in the Major League Baseball. And they're all very humble cats, man.
Can you drink the water at the stadium?
Hey, do you think Wisconsin can beat Alabama?
Yes, but will they? Probably not. I think Wisconsin has underachieved since Luke Fickell's been coach. They got quarterback problems. Their running attack is not like the normal Wisconsin running attack. They never really have a passing game since Al Toon was there, for the most part. So, they can jump around and do all the fourth quarter stuff they want when they're at home at Cap Randall, but Wisconsin's not intimidating anymore. The last good running back they had was Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
So, and we were actually at that game when Michigan pummeled them, because that was back when Hurricane Michael was, we were evacuated there. So Dan and I went to Michigan, Wisconsin, and we stopped Jonathan Taylor that game and killed Wisconsin. Luckily, all those Wisconsin Badger fans were already liquored up. People sitting next to us, man, you can smell the booze on them. They had to be for that game because we just pummeled them.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't be afraid of Wisconsin, but Alabama's got their own problems they got to shore up. If they don't fix them, then Wisconsin can go in there and win. Because I think Coach Fickell is a good coach.
Yeah,
but
I do too.
He's got to get it right, and they've underachieved since he's been hired on there, and that's just not a shot at him. He's a great man from all accounts.
I just don't think that Alabama. I'm really concerned with Alabama inside linebacker play. The secondary looked better. One of their best defensive corners got kicked out for targeting. Won't play the first half. Defensive line, they're really thin there. They got a lot of people hurt. 2 of their better players are out. I'm concerned about Alabama's defense. Offense, I think they will improve because they've got talent on the offensive line. They looked a lot better last week. I think they can continue to improve if they don't get hurt and stay healthy. So offensively, I think we're okay. Kicking game, I think we're okay. I was really concerned about the defense. It was 8 starters back. I'm still really concerned about that defense.
Did you see Monday Night Football? Rickard had a 59-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Alabama
product. That was pretty cool, yeah.
And J.J. McCarthy balled out. He's just a winner.
Yeah.
J.J. McCarthy, man.
That was good, yeah. How much time? All right, you want to hold on? You got to go.
I got to go.
All right, have a great day. Thanks for calling. Appreciate you.
Eddie. Love you, man.
Bye, buddy.
Love you, man.
All right, let's talk about some of our great people. We got so many. Oh, man. Let's start out with Dave. Let's go with Russ and Amber. Love them. He loves Had the 49ers win?
Oh, I don't know.
I think they did.
Oh, it's tight with the Seahawks. I can't remember.
I think they won.
I gotta look.
Yeah. I hope they did because Russ loves the 49ers. Yeah, he loves them. But Russ, I love him and Amber. They do a great job. They were at the Best Debate last night. David Adams, they are unreal. You want something built special?
Yes, Niners won.
There you go. He'll be in a good mood. If you want something specially designed and built, they can do it. If one of your jewelry, something breaks, they don't ship it off for a month. They fix it right there in-house.
Free jewelry.
Where are they located?
Free cleaning, 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. 106 days till Christmas.
How many?
106.
And I tell you what, locals taking care of locals. Steve's Bike Shop on 23rd Street's incredible. I went there and looked at all their selections. They got all kind of electrical bikes, new and used. They got every kind of bike you can think of, new and used. They work on them there. They prepare them. They do a great job. They really do. Make sure they got a great selection of helmets. Make sure you wear a helmet, especially if you're on one of those electrical bikes. He showed me a helmet his son had on. Thank God he had it on. Be careful riding these bikes around, but make sure you've got a helmet on. Steve's Bike Shop. Locals taking care of locals since 1979. How's Mosley's swim team going? Pretty good?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early. They've got another meet tomorrow night here, but it looks like everybody's doing pretty well. It'll really start kicking in hard toward the end of the month and into the beginning of October.
Don't forget, today is Wednesday, and if you're on Panama City Beach, where are you going to be? You're going to be with us. J. Michael's Restaurant, the legendary J. Michael's. Only on Wednesday, world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti. Come in there and watch. Everybody loves going up to Glenn. He's got that yellow raincoat on, spaghetti all over him. We water him down outside. It's amazing.
Glenn loves his spaghetti.
He loves that spaghetti. He gets it on his nose, too. Yeah. Not his chin, his nose. I don't get it.
Mustache.
I had to shave my little goatee because I kept getting all
over it. It's really good. I'm telling you, if you never had it, you'll love it.
It's worth it, yeah.
But if you want something else, out there, best seafood, steaks, burgers, they got it all at the legendary J. Michael's. Do you want to look better, feel better? Jason Kovaleski can make that happen for you. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. Listen to him every Tuesday and Friday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We get back, we're going to ship it around a little bit. We're going to do FSU. If we have time, we'll do a bit of Auburn. Then at 8:30, Mark McLeod.
Are you sick of the old sports talk? The vanilla opinions? The polite debates? The hosts who are afraid to say what they really think? So are we. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is bringing the house. It's the new Sports Blitz.
Weekdays, 4 to 6.
We're starting arguments, not conversations. The Sports Blitz.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the northeast at 11 miles per hour and temps near 88. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 89 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 88. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. How'd you get your money so quick?
Hard Rock Bet's got lightning fast withdrawals.
Almost as fast as Dale Jr. valeting cars at this party.
Man, he's fast.
Hard Rock Bet's fast withdrawals have given me new motivation. Tips are appreciated.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5 get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Every love story deserves a perfect beginning. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we believe that your engagement ring should be as unique as your love. Explore our vast selection of certified natural and lab-created diamonds, each hand-picked for brilliance and beauty. Whether you desire the timeless allure of one of our hand-selected engagement rings, or you'd like to custom design the perfect ring, visit us today and let our experts guide you in finding the ring of her dreams, because love deserves the best. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where love sparkles.
The #1 SEC call-in show is now twice as big. It's double the Paul Feinbaum Show. Weeknights starting at 6.
Okay, but also go faster.
Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michaels Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle. He did it wrong. I mean,
he did it for me.
He did.
Florida State.
War Eagle. Hey, every 8:15 your Auburn update going out with FSU. We threw a curveball. We threw a curveball.
You said change it up.
We said we're going to change it up, and Wildcat did. Good job, Wildcat.
Change up.
Good job. That's like a curveball.
I still got time to screw it up, though.
No, you did good. You did good. But always play Auburn first, no matter what I say. Hey, we love Lynn Haven, right? If you're over in Lynn Haven, you got to get the Beefo Brady's. You got to get the Beefo Brady's today.
That's mine and Glenn's favorite place.
Yeah, I tell you what, man. They treat you like family, and their wings are incredible. Get out there, Beefo Brady's, Lynn Haven. Watch all these college games, NFL games. If you're having a big party, call, make an order, and they do. They really do. They sell a lot of wings to go. Call, get it to go, take it home, have your big-time party. But get out to Beefo Brady's in Lynn Haven. Pat Prunell's the city commissioner over there, does an incredible job. Glenn, what do you got for us today on Florida State Seminoles?
Well, depending on which poll you look at, the AP poll have them at 10, and then the coaches poll have them at 12. So now Vegas has bumped them up to the third best odds of winning the ACC. They started them out at 6. So good for them. Deuce Robinson made the wide receiver ACC player of the year. of the week, excuse me. It may be of the year, who knows. But he had 5 receptions for 173 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of them was an 82-yard touchdown strike, and the other was a 42-yarder. And also, Adrian Medley was offensive lineman. He was the ACC player of the week on the line. He had 4 blocks that led to touchdowns. He and the other linemen were responsible for 368 yards passing, 361 yards rushing. That's a 10.27 yards per play. And so that was great for them. So we'll see what goes on with that. Also, now the time for Kent State has come out. It's going to be at 2:30 Central Standard Time. It'll be on the 20th of September, ACC Network. And also now the Gus Bus has really started to work here. In 2024, FSU scored 19 offensive touchdowns and only 185 points in 12 games. Since Gus has been there, we've scored 15 offensive touchdowns, 108 points, and that's just in 2 games. So after 2 games, we're tied nationally with points per game, which is 54. We're second per pass attempt yardage, 15.3, and 7th in yards per run, 8.29. So congratulations to us for the Gus Bus. And Gus Malzahn had this statement to say after the game on Sunday. He said, this offense, we're still a work in progress. They didn't start working together healthy until 3 weeks before the season started. It's really good to see us work that way. I think we really have some big time playmakers. So that's going on with that. And then I want to go to women's soccer. This is how close it is in the ACC. They've had the national championship the last 3 or 4 years in the ACC. The women's soccer, they're 4-0-1. So now they're just 4th in the ACC because Duke, Notre Dame, Virginia, they're tied for first. They're all 5-0. And then we are not mentioned in the top 25, which I thought was kind of funny. They have people with 3-1 in front of us. So, But anyway, that's what's going on at Florida State. And they have a great week of practice so far. They were really high on what the kids were doing this off week. I think personally they're not only practice for Kent State, but they're putting the Miami.
They are.
They're a little Miami stuff on that. So
so they're open. Hill State, then Miami on the road. That'll be their first road game.
That's correct.
Yeah. I tell you what,
I think they have Miami at home. Maybe Miami at home because they go to Florida. So I think they have Miami at home.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they'll both be undefeated. Yeah. We shall see.
I think South Florida's going to do it to Miami. I really do.
Really?
I really do. So That's my prediction.
There's some good games this weekend.
There are
some good games this weekend.
It's kind of like matching week one.
Yeah, and the following week, the big one's going to be Auburn in Oklahoma.
Right.
Now, I don't think Hugh Freeze is going to have a slip up. I don't. I think they had a pretty good week of practice. They're banged up. They need to get everybody back and healthy for the Oklahoma game. South Florida, as Brian pointed out, I don't think they might not have the talent they've had in the past when they have pulled up some big-time upsets in the past. But this will be their Super Bowl going into Jordan-Hare. And they're going to give the best shot they possibly can. I just think Auburn's got way too much talent. Auburn's defense is good. We were concerned about the passing defense against Baylor, but look at Baylor. You know, that's another thing. Baylor beats SMU, and the coaches poll wasn't giving much love to Auburn. And I think Auburn should be ranked. I actually think they should be ranked higher than they are, but it doesn't really matter. It's what you do week to week. But they got to roll in Auburn. The quarterback can run and throw. That's a big deal. The offensive line is doing really well. We got the great receiver group. Some of the best receivers in the country on Auburn. Their wide receiver room is incredible. I like the running backs. Let's hope they all get healthy, and I like them more when they are. I like this Auburn football team.
Right.
I still think Florida's going to have a good football team. The thing with Florida, their schedule is brutal.
It is.
It's brutal. But speaking of that, Auburn's got Oklahoma coming up. Listen to this. You talk Florida's tough. Look at Oklahoma. They get through Temple. What happens next? They'll have number 24th ranked Auburn, which they'll probably be ranked higher by then. Then Oklahoma has number 7 Texas and Dallas. Then they're at number 11 South Carolina. Then it's versus number 17 Ole Miss. Then they're at number 15 Tennessee. Then they're at number 19 Alabama versus number 25 Missouri. And then at the end of the year, they got number 3 at home, LSU. We're talking about Florida's schedule.
Welcome to the SEC.
Ooh, baby, Oklahoma. That schedule is brutal, and so is Florida.
Yep.
But we were talking about Auburn had to beat Baylor, and they need to split the Oklahoma A&M game. I tell you what, Auburn might get both of them.
You know what's happened though is SMU is 0-3, and so I think that kind of pulled Auburn down a little bit because of but Coach what's his name? Latch. What's his name?
Latch.
He crowed a little bit too much to start the season.
Yeah, his mouth about this.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
So
I'm good. I'm glad you got that. All right, we'll be right back. We do. I hope we'll get the legendary Mark McLeod on this phone. But let's talk about some of our wonderful people.
He could be on suicide alert.
If you're over in Lynn Haven, Beef O'Brady's today's special, 10 wings aside.
Mm-hmm.
Love Pat. City Commissioner does a great job over there. Go check him out. The guy's incredible. Dr. Chad Mitchell, 26 years on Bay County sidelines. Listen to that legend every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Steve's Air Conditioning for the Alabama update. Thank you for that. They're incredible. Also, Steve's Bike Shop. Kyle Vandergrift does an incredible job. The guy is a legend here in Bay County. So is the family. Vandy Roofing. You look for a roof? You go Vandy Roofing. Turf Pro Pest Control. Listen to Patrick every Monday, 8:30 right here. Locals taking care of locals. You want your yard to look like a golf course? Patrick can make that happen for you. Taco Bell Tiger Sharks. They go together down Port St. Joe. All you Tiger Sharks, you make sure you get out to Taco Bell. Support them. They're big time to supporters of you Tiger Sharks. Listen to Coach Tanner every Friday, 7 o'clock right here on the ESPN Northwest Florida. That Cajun place cannot wait, baby, this Saturday. Probably that Florida LSU game. $5 pitchers, 50-cent wings. We got 20. We pay $10. You can't do that anywhere. They're delicious. Are you going to be in town this week?
I believe so.
We got
100%.
Here's the thing. We paid $10. Somebody else paid $10.
Julie.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Wildcat. Keep finding Wildcat down there. I don't know.
We don't want to get stuck with the bill.
I know better by now.
I know. My car, my truck, my radiator. You got to get down there this weekend. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest. Whoa! Eagle! Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna.
Florida State. Woo!
Good afternoon. These 4 great locations. John Show. Hey.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Being the world's #1 auto brand is a lot of fun. Camrys and Tacomas, Land Cruisers and Grand Highlanders. Toyotas are just built to be better.
And that's exactly how we built Panama City Toyota, to give you a better experience.
Where your needs always come first. Where you can relax with a great cup of coffee or browse the Heritage Collection. While we help you add the perfect vehicle to your collection. Come see us today at Panama City Toyota.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Scorpion TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200 plus entertainment and news networks, or watch thousands of movies on demand, all for just $45 a month when you use the ESPN NW promo code at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Scorpion TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Scorpion TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Scorpion TV logo. Don't forget our promo code ESPN NW.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
And when you got 90,000 people all chomping at the same time.
It's the Florida Gator Update with guest Mark McLeod. Insider information you can't get anywhere else. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Go Gators! You're not a Gator. You're a Gator hater.
Or Gator bait.
Our Gator bait. All right, let's bring him on right now. The legendary Mark McLeod. Mark, I remember texting you during the game going, we can't let him hang around. Can't let him hang around. We did. We did. Well, let me ask you this before we can jump into all that. McElwain, 22-12, fired. Muschamp, 24-16, fired. Mullen, 31-9, fired. Of course, Urban Meyer, 31 and I think 6 or 8, whatever it was. He could have stayed. Billy is 20-20. Can he save his job? And then I want to talk to you about this AD if we have time. What do you think is going to happen the rest of this year? It's amazing, man. 20-20, and you're still the coach of Florida.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of this year. You saw what happened last year. Yeah, they were able to turn it around after getting blown out by Miami, Texas A&M, later on Texas. They were in the game until 3 minutes and 50 seconds left against Georgia. They were right there as a one-possession game. So I can't predict what will happen the rest of the year. But does the big picture is, does Billy Napier deserve another year at Florida? Do they trust him? No. The question is, the answer is no. You go back to there's a pattern here. You go back to 2022. They 2029 upset win over Utah. Then they lose to Kentucky in the swamp 26-16, where Anthony Richardson was just 13 of 35 and threw 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. They found ways later in that season to lose to Tennessee and Vanderbilt, which were games they should have won. You go back to 2023, they got an ugly 24-11 loss to Utah in Salt Lake City in the opener, where the defense held Utah to just 270 yards of total offense and 3 of 13 on third down. If you remember that game, Florida quarterback Graham Mertz, that was his debut. He went off 31 of 44 for 333 yards, but they lose the game, and they only score 11 points. And then you're blown out by Kentucky at Kroger Field. Horrible loss to Arkansas in the Swamp when, everybody was calling for the head coach. 2024, you get blown out by Miami, Texas A&M, and later Texas. I mean, he doesn't, there are so many mistakes on the sideline with coaching, so many blunders as an offensive coordinator. And he continues, he said this yesterday. He was asked point blank, and he didn't dodge the question. He didn't give us it's a process, guys. We have guys helping make decisions on the offensive play calling with this from Rob Sale, the offensive line, Ryan O'Hara, quarterback coach, Billy Gonzalez. He didn't give us that again. He looked right at the camera and said, yes, I am the offensive coordinator. So he's being defiant, and we've all been saying for 2 years, 3 years, guy, you really needed to go get a quality offensive coordinator. And you have Cade Bell, whose dad was a Florida guy, Kerwin. Cade Bell lighting it up at the University of Pittsburgh that potentially he could have called. Now, would he have taken the job knowing that Napier's on the hot seat the way he is? I don't know. But he would have looked at Lagway. He would have looked at Jaden Baugh. He would have looked at that offensive line and Dallas Wilson coming in, Vernell Brown III coming in, some of those other receivers, and probably would have said, man, this is a much better situation than Pittsburgh. But Florida hasn't shown it to be a better situation because Billy Napier's calling the play.
Yeah, hey, Mark, it's interesting. A year ago at this time, we heard all of the same, stuff on Billy, and we'd been hearing it for a while. But at an equal level, if not even more so, the fans were calling for the head of Scott Strickland. Do you think that winning the basketball championship has somewhat insulated Strickland? Because I don't seem to be hearing the calls, or are the murmurs starting to heat up?
He got the extension to 2030.
Oh, that ain't going to stop people from saying get rid of him.
Yeah.
Well, the people that make the decisions didn't. I mean, he's been good with them. Look, you had the Kevin O'Sullivan blow up at the NCAAs. That couldn't sit well. But they disciplined him. They put that information out a week ago, as we talked about. You've had some horrible situations with Florida women's basketball, but as you said, men's basketball is right where they want to be. And according to some of the early polling, Florida's going to come out and probably be the number one team in the country.
That's right.
When the first AP poll comes out for men's basketball, so I think they're lacrosse finished in the Final Four. Softball has always been good and will be good. Facilities, I think, is the elephant in the room, Brian. I really believe that. And you look at what he's done facility-wise and what he has planned, and I think the fans are all on board with that. But again, then you look at NIL, you look at some of the other things, and I think there's some good and there's some bad. So, I think football is going to go a long way to telling his future. If I'm Scott Strickland, I'm sitting here now going, look, I had Billy's back last year. I got Billy in my office right now saying, look, this was a horrible loss. And you looked horrible. Your own personal performance was horrible. You even admitted that in the presser yesterday and after the game. So get it together, turn this thing around. You said you have the roster. You said you've had the team. You talked about it all spring. You talked about it all August. And now it's time for you to prove it or you're out.
Yeah.
Mark, you said it right, though. Why he does not get an offensive... Look what they're doing at FSU. Norvell, I mean, he got 2 new coordinators, and so far it's worked out great. Gus Malzahn's offensive coordinator. Plus, it's a buffer for him. I mean, when you're the OC and the head coach, man, you're really getting hit hard. If he had an offensive coordinator, he'd go, yeah, we're going to look into that or something. But anyway, the bottom line is he should have got an offensive coordinator, and I don't even think he'll do it next year.
Well, yeah, and again, this is his ego talking. Because look what he's done defensively. Florida's had some awful defense under Billy Napier the first 2 years, and then look at last year's debacle against Miami. He quickly turned the page and said, okay, after bringing in Austin Armstrong and telling everybody, this is the guy. That's Nick Saban wanted him on that Alabama staff, not as a D coordinator, but as a linebacker coach for a reason, because he sees the potential in this guy. We're going to put him at defensive coordinator because I believe he's there. Didn't work out. So Ron Roberts takes it over. And then what did they do after the season? Vinny Sunseri has come over, and he's the co-defensive coordinator now and working with a Florida safety. So he's made changes there, but he will not do it with the offense. And, you've seen some good days for the Florida offense, but you've seen a lot more head-scratching days and moments where you're going, wait a minute, what's going on here? Look, there was no reason for the performance they had against Long Island University and against USF offensively speaking, and really defensively as well, but particularly offensively, when you've got 4 offensive linemen returning, with 3 of them with a ton of experience, one with a year starting experience, and you've got a quarterback who is one of the top quarterbacks in the country, in terms of what he did in high school and a little bit of what we saw last year. Jaden Ball, one of the best running backs in the nation. You've got good receivers. Why are you 13th in total offense after playing Long Island University and then USF? It makes no sense. It's just ridiculous. So why are you 7 of 13 versus Long Island University on third downs? Yeah. Why are you 4 of 12 versus USF? These are problems that Billy Napier will not address with the media directly. Instead, he dodges them and just says, we got to do a better job. We got to do a better job. That's on me. And yes, it is, but this is year 4 of it being on you.
You go look at Lagway. I'll be honest, I was disappointed in his play. I thought he'd be a lot better right now. I don't know, maybe the injury, but his passing, people are open. He's missing them. And then there's sometimes, in my opinion, sometimes he throws the wrong receiver.
Yeah.
What's your take on him?
To your point. Yeah, you're right. And I know we disagreed on this last time on the show, or 2 weeks ago. I said, look, against LIU, no, you don't pull him early. This guy needs some snaps because he didn't participate in the spring. He didn't participate in August in 11-on-11 drills until the very last practice session where they really went out with some 11-on-11 stuff, and he got in there and he did some things. We were told how good he was, and we were told he's back. But guys, it shows. It shows that he is really rusty and he needs to get it going. That's why I thought he needed to play at least the first series, maybe the first 2 series against Long Island University in the second half. I really thought that, as you guys know. But and look, I just think it shows. You're right. He's missed receivers that have been open. I know against Long Island they had a receiver run right down the middle of the field wide open, and he went to the underneath guy, and he missed him. He missed another read where he had a guy down the sideline. Now, I don't think that would have been a touchdown, but he had it. And then certainly in the game against USF, there were 2 or 3 reads that he missed where he had guys open. So, yeah, you hope that he can bring it together. And look, these guys are so embarrassed with their own play and everything they did. Coaches are embarrassed. They should be embarrassed with what they did. I would, you hope that they come out against Miami and have everybody on the same page and can do some things. But this is a good Miami offensive line, and Florida is having some real issues. As I talked about this for a few weeks now. The thing that concerns me about Florida is the interior defensive line, and here we are with a couple of key injuries, and now you got a guy who spit on a guy. He's going to be out. So Florida's got some real issues there against a very good Miami offensive line.
All right, we'll get right back. We'll finish up with Mark McLeod right now. Don't forget, today, 11 o'clock, we'll be there. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant, the world-famous J. Michael Spaghetti. Go check it out. We think you'll absolutely love it. I didn't give enough love to newbies. Get out, newbies, have a great time. The Mothership is where you're going to have the best entertainment every Friday and Saturday night. Charlotte's going to make sure of that. I love John and Charlotte. They always give back to the community. Let's make sure we support them. Newbies 2 on the Curve, that's where you want to go watch all the NFL college football games. Then at night, head on down after the game to the Mothership and have a wonderful time. Also, don't forget about Stevenson Air Conditioning, Steve's Bike Shop. I love Kyle Vandergriff, Vandy Roofing, and we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Wanted to reach out and smack someone?
Sit your ass down and shut up!
The new Sports Blitz. Rants, hot takes, and huge reactions are incoming.
You've got to have a bad game at some point.
Feel the burn.
This is unacceptable at the University of Alabama!
The Red 70s studio line.
This could go 7 games.
850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida. Get in the game.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the northeast at 11 miles per hour and temps near 88. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 89 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 88. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
For exciting college football, the best boiled seafood, and the most game day fun, it's Lone Star Boil House. Watch the games on their huge Jumbotron. Challenge your friends to beer pong, cornhole, and oversized Connect 4 in their new adult lounge. Lone Star Boil House is where the locals go for incredible wings, the best boiled seafood, and a new breakfast menu. Saturday and Sunday starting at 9. Crush the follow on Facebook to catch huge game day specials. Lone Star Boil House, 320 West 5th Street, downtown Panama City.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose? We can typically replace them while you wait. Hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? In many cases, we can have it back to you the next day. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, just south of Tractor Supply. The best place in town to take a leak.
Better buckle up, Buttercup. There are no participation trophies here, just pure sports. The Coach James Hales Show live from the J. Michaels Studios.
Gen Z snowflakes.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Mark McLeod, everything you need to know about the Florida Gators right here on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And some of the things you don't want to know about Florida.
Yeah. Mark, I want to ask you.
That's most of the segment. You guys should be paying me hazardous duty pay.
Going back to that game against South Florida, and I knew they were a good football team. Florida was a better team. Florida had more talent. They let it get away. They lost it. But I always say it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And I go back, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I go back last year, and I remember the Ohio State game in Michigan. They lost to a team that wasn't very good. They lost at home. The head coach looks like somebody just stabbed him in the chest, and he was going to blood out right there on the field. He like dead man walking. What did they do? They turned that negative situation to a comeback, a setback to a comeback. They did a great job, a negative to a positive. Can LSU get beat on a Saturday night by the Florida Gators? Yes, they can. Florida can go in there and beat LSU if they put it together. And I'll even go back to the play calling at the end of the game. I about fainted when he threw the ball on first down. I did. I was like, what is he doing? But then again, I go back and I rethink it in my head. The guy's open. The play call was not that bad. Matter of fact, it was there. The execution by the quarterback cost him that right there.
Right, a quarterback that hasn't played.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You go back to the 2014, 2014 Ohio State Buckeye team. You know, they got blown out, wasn't that Virginia Tech, I believe it was, with them, and then they came back and just beat everybody. 2016 Southern Cal with Clay Helton. You know, they were 1-3 to start the season, and they wanted Helton out right then. Right then, they came back and won 9 games in a row. You know, so things can happen, and I'll say this: you and I and Coach Manley been saying this every year. It's Florida LSU. Weird, freaky things happen when it's Florida LSU. Yeah. Hurricanes, ADs getting after it. That so much so that they had to have the commissioner come in and settle things down and settle their argument.
Shoes being thrown.
You've got a jump pass with Tim Tebow to a freshman Tim Tebow to a tight end. Florida LSU. Remember the game when the LSU tailback was phenomenal. And anyway, wouldn't play. He wasn't going to play because he was hurt. They're in Baton Rouge, and LSU player runs through the Florida in the pregame. The Florida team in the pregame warm-ups and said something, and they all start getting at it. And then Leonard Fournette said, all of a sudden, it was a miraculous. He was healed, and he couldn't play in that game. And he goes in and gets out of the street clothes and puts on his uniform what happens at the end? Joey Ivy and the Florida defense make a big goal line stand on third and fourth down, and Florida beats LSU, upsets LSU in Baton Rouge on a Saturday night. So, yeah things can happen.
Well, let's look at LSU's quarterback. The first week, they looked really good. The second week, now, maybe it was a letdown after beating Clemson on the road. He was 26 of 41, 230-something yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I do think LSU is a great football team. I do. If they play their ability. The defense looked a lot better, or maybe Clemson's offense is not as good as we think. They were getting beat by Troy 70-0 the first half. But they're at home. I do believe the defense is a lot better. And he even said it. Kelly says the best roster he's had since he's been there, the best group of receivers. And I do agree with this. Their receivers are outstanding. And then Florida's offensive passing game looked terrible this past week. I think Florida's got to stop the run. I think LSU can not have any success running the ball. They have got to shut down the running attack, make them throw the ball, and that's what they do best. But if they can run and throw it, Florida has no shot. No shot. They have got to shut down the running attack. They're going to make some big plays in the passing attack, but I do think Florida can win this ball game.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. And to your point, that's where I'm at. Offensive or defensive line play. Caleb Banks has been out. He hasn't played any football. You're talking about a guy who's going to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL draft, according to the guys that do that kind of mock draft stuff. L.J. McCray is now out with a foot surgery. He's done. You're talking about a guy that, he was at the jack position, but they also put him inside when they needed to. So Brendan Betts spits on a player in just a ridiculous play. So you got to believe there's going to be some kind of suspension for him. You're down 3.
Yeah,
you're down 3 guys that can play on the inside. That's not good.
Yeah.
And Florida's done a pretty good job stopping the run. There have been some issues here and there, but to your point, Coach, here's the kicker for me. The edge rushers, that's been one of the big takes from all of us in the media and the fans. You've got Sapp back, you've got Cameron James back, you've got Gums back, you got all these guys back. Florida had 1 sack against Long Island University. 1. They had 1 sack against USF. And part of that, as we know, is some of what's going on the interior defensive line. Florida's 14th in pass efficiency defense.
Yeah.
So those things combined, if you can't get pressure on a quarterback like Nussmeier and force him to try and make an early throw or do something, then you're going to be in trouble. So they've got to resolve some of these issues defensively in terms of getting pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, after all I said, all that's getting everybody, positive vibes here, and after I heard you say about all the 3 down linemen, I'm going, my God, not only can they not stop the run now, how are they going to get pressure on a quarterback? If he's got all day to throw the ball, with those receivers they have, that's not a good thing.
Yeah, he'll kill you. He can kill you. And, and then you look at Florida 12th in the SEC in red zone stats offensively. By the way, did you guys catch the SEC red zone offensive stats?
No, I didn't.
You want to hear something really weird? Let me just give you this. Here's the bottom of the stack of the SEC red zone offensive statistics. 16 Texas, 15 Kentucky, 14 LSU.
Wow.
13 Georgia, 12 Florida, 11 Alabama, and 10 Ole Miss.
Wow.
Vanderbilt's number 1.
That is nuts.
It is.
I didn't know that. I did not know that, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I'm with you guys. I just think Florida has got to figure a way to slow down Nussmeier and the passing attack, and they got to be able to stop the run, which they've done. They've been pretty effective against that. The key for Florida in this one, I think, guys, you don't have a running quarterback like you did Brown for USF. Brown accounted for half of their rushing yards, and Florida just really found it difficult at times to get him. Not early in the game, they were fine, but then later in the game, as the game went along, he was getting loose and picking up first downs here and there. You don't have that with Nussmeier, but you got a guy that can pick you apart, and the talent, as you said, Coach, around this LSU offense team, really the defense as well. They're very talented. I just was wondering, and I think a lot of my media friends, when we were at SEC Media Days and what have you, is how are they going to put it together with all these guys from the transfer portal and all these egos? Can they get them on the same page and go play? And thus far they have.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. When the season started, I look at their schedule. They had to win the first 2 ball games. You had to win those 2 games to get the kind of wins we want with the schedule they got to play. And then we said if they can just split the LSU-Miami game, they got to win one of those games. And now, after losing at South Florida, man, it could go south real quick. But if they come back and get it done this week, everything will be fine. They'll have confidence, and good things can happen going forward. What do you think, Mark? Honestly, what do you think is going to happen Saturday night?
Well, I think LSU is going to win, but it's a Florida LSU. It's crazy. It's insane. I don't know. If LSU comes in full of themselves, if they watch that tape against USF and they're in LIU and they're laughing and giggling a little bit, and they're get a little full of themselves, if there's a pregame dust-up that gets Florida players mad, who knows? Florida's got a talented football team, but they just sure haven't shown it yet.
Mark, we love you. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you, buddy. We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Here we go. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson will be awarding the Sports Blitz High School Player of the Week. This will go to the outstanding high school football player for each week. The player will receive a gift card from a local restaurant and an ESPN Northwest Florida t-shirt. Coaches, students, parents, and fans, comment on our Facebook page or call in at 850-215-6290 to nominate.
Good morning. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Mostly sunny this afternoon and evening with a gentle breeze coming out of the northeast at 11 miles per hour and temps near 88. Tonight we will have mostly clear skies and a wind speed of 8 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny tomorrow and a high 89 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 88. This forecast is brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
When it comes to backyard dreams, trust the name that's been making waves for over 65 years.